Good morning, everyone. It's wonderful to be with you. I hope wherever you are in the world that you are safe and you are well. I am Sheelagh Maria. I am a psychic medium, and you'll forgive me for not having been on for a little while. I've had rather a lot going on, but nevertheless, I have some messages that the spirit world would like me to share. So, first of all, just because you do this work doesn't mean that you are excused in any way from the harshness of life. And as I sit here, I have particular situations going on regarding one of my children that are absolutely excruciatingly painful, and yet I know are part of my path. So I want to actually title this video Do or Die, which, considering the nature of the concerns I have right now regarding one of my children, is very close to the bone. But I always walk my walk and I always talk my talk. And it's a little bit ironic that my gift is fully operational, especially in times of personal struggle. But that is why I've come on, because I am a real person. You can tell that, you know, I'm not what I call a shiny psychic or a shiny life coach. I wish I were. I'm very honest. I'm 100% full of integrity. And I often feel that the spiritual community is very glossed over, and there can be a focus on spiritual bypassing. And that's not what I'm about. So today's video is about the messages that Spirit have for you. And of course, they are coming through my filters. So again, take whatever you get that resonates, and definitely discard the rest. So the first message that I actually have coming through is the myth about what a high vibration is. I actually had somebody say to me that they felt they were at a different vibration to me based upon what I am going through right now. I admit I had a human reaction to that, and my guides very clearly said that's not true. They say that even when you are going through something that is very painful, very personal, very difficult, you are completely aligned with your higher self, with your purpose, even if for a period of time your flow of life is not easy. And they said the idea that your vibration is high when everything is going easy would suggest that you are doing something wrong when things are hard. And it's not true. So you know when your vibration is high, but you're going through growth or you're going through contraction. You know if you're very, very clear that this is something that you have to deal with, that you are doing your best, and that you are aware of what your truth is, even if the system or the story that you're involved in or the circumstances are particularly difficult. So you can have a high vibration and be following your path as it should be followed, as you planned for it to be followed, even if things are chaotic right now. And there's a beautiful crow sitting outside my window. So the next message I have for you is that sometimes when you are going through a really painful situation that doesn't seem to have any meaning or logic within it, and you find yourself asking, why me? And your higher self will very lovingly know that this is something that you're often going through because it's going to change you. It's going to, however awakened you thought you were before, and I never thought I was that awakened, the experience that you're going through will change you. And I know that my experience, where I am facing, it was the possible death of my daughter. Now it is psychosis. She is incredibly poorly. I've never seen someone so poorly that was still on the planet. I know it's making me much more patient, much more compassionate. It's making me much more assertive. And it's making me much more clear. So, and it's making me stronger. So the reason why at a higher level we want to have these experiences, it is for the growth, even though that can really hurt. Okay, so the next message I have, and this is a more general message, moving away from where I am. Your spirit guides are very, very close to you right now. Some of you are actually going to be feeling your spirit guides standing behind you. Thank you. So I've got Orion here, and they're saying this is a time of profound change. This is a time where your life path is supposed to change. This is a time where, if there are scenarios that have not been playing out despite the steps that you've taken, it's not the right path. It's not the right time, and perhaps you're not the right person for those scenarios to pan out. Okay, thank you. So my clairvoyance at the minute is incredibly strong. They're saying at the minute the dimensions that you are part of are merging. So what we mean by this is that we are a consciousness that spans the lowest to the highest dimension. You've got your God self and you've got your elemental self, which is in like the fourth to the second dimensions. So these dimensions are fluid, and usually there is not a separation, but there is a partial barrier to the levels of self that you experience within your daily life, because you're operating from the level of the soul. The level of the soul is fourth dimensional. The level of the spirit is 7 to 20th dimensional. And then obviously you've got the level of the ego, the level of the mind, which is 3rd to 2nd level dimensional. So what's happening now is that fluidity is present every day. And this means there is an awareness that you will have at particular times, which is much more fear-based, much more primal, much more to do with, am I going to be okay? Am I going to be able to survive? Am I protected? And then you will have a much higher awareness, which is to do with the oversoul level and everything that you are here to do. And so with these dimensions being much more fluid, you're going to be experiencing an awful lot more within your day-to-day life than you would normally experience. So this can be clairvoyantly, you're experiencing really positive energies and also very primal energies. And it can also be that you are experiencing interactions that are very, very base, perhaps out there in the world, and you can be receiving interactions that are highly beneficial and full of light. And the message with this is that you are creating your future today, even if it doesn't look like you are. So even in the middle of whatever it is you're moving through, whether this is a brilliant time for you, whether this feels like a stagnant time for you, whether this feels like a very difficult time for you, it's not what you're going through, it's how you are and how you are being emotionally, physically, and mentally, soulfully, as you're going through it, that will determine how easily and how positively those situations in your day-to-day life change and turn out. So you are creating your future every day, and just because you're going through whatever you're going through, it doesn't mean that your vibration is low. It doesn't mean that you have attracted what you're going through. It doesn't mean that you are stuck. And what I'm told is, wherever you feel that you are prevented from taking that next step, wherever you do not know what that next step is, please be aware that your consciousness is fully operational every second that you are physically awake. Okay, so this is my next message. Your consciousness is nothing to do with your mood. Your consciousness is to do with what you are truly aware of about yourself. It's not to do with the mood that you adopt, that you think is going to influence the universe to help you in a better way. So in many of the law of attraction teachings, we talk about faking it till you make it. The universe knows if you're faking it. The universe knows if you're trying to be positive when you don't really feel it. And it's that bass tone that you are going to keep seeing. Okay, yes, I've got another message coming in. So it's your consciousness is what you're aware of about yourself. So in my situation, I'm aware that this is something I've contracted to go through. I'm aware, good morning, I love you. I'm aware that whatever the outcome is for my daughter, whether she stays on the planet or whether she doesn't, I know that I am in my truth. I know that this is a very, very important, pivotal time for me as a soul, and I'm truly grateful for every second. Last night I had to leave my daughter, who was screaming in distress, and she had been screaming for 8 hours. It nearly broke me. And yet I sat down outside the hospital and my legs were shaking, and I said a very heartfelt thank you, even for my daughter's pain, even for my pain, because I'm so grateful to know that I'm growing. I'm so grateful to be the soul that goes through this with her. And there is a chance she may not make it. I'm so grateful to be a part of that too. And so it is where you are able to really understand that the reason that you're here is to grow, even if you don't understand how you're growing. That is consciousness. The more conscious that you are prepared to be, and I'm going to say bluntly, faking it till you make it, my dog is here, faking it till you make it doesn't constitute consciousness. What constitutes consciousness is absolute awareness of yourself as a soul and absolute awareness of all the interactions that are happening at the same time. And if you can be fully conscious, even though it is painful, even though it is hard, even though it is boring, even though it is mad, the universe will reward you with that. If you need any help, please reach out to me. I am Sheelagh Maria. I've got my wonderful spirit guides with me here. Your guides are there with you too. Do it or die. And when I say die, I don't mean dying physically. I mean dying in respect of what you could achieve, your potential. We don't want that for you. Sending you so much love. Blessings. Goodbye for now.